Welcome to the world of strength, loyalty, and unbreakable bonds. This is Bully Max Sports, highlighting our commitment to canine performance. From training facilities in Pennsylvania to Top Dog sporting events, we partner with elite dogs and their owners to test and showcase the power of our performance-driven nutrition. In this series, we travel the world to where champions compete and legends are made. And today, we're at the Beaver State American Pit Bull Terrier Club's fall sporting event, sanctioned by the American Dog Breeders Association. Nestled in the rugged beauty of Oregon's high desert at Pine Hollow Lakeside Resort, these dogs are here to prove their mettle in a competition unlike any other. Join us as we celebrate the passion, discipline, and muscle that makes these dogs strong. Because here at Bully Max, we believe every dog deserves to be a top dog.
My name is Stephanie Lamp, and I'm the president of the Beaver State American Pit Bull Terrier Club. And this weekend we are hosting a fall sporting event, which consists of 2 top dogs and 2 weight pull events. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend. I've been involved in the American Pit Bull Terrier my entire life. I grew up with them. My dad started with the breed in the 70s, and so I've always been familiar with the breed. It wasn't until about 2016 I first saw the first Top Dog event here at the Beaver State Club. At that time, a lady named Bonnie Williams was the president, and she'd been running this club for quite a long time. Top Dog had just started the year prior, and I had come here because my last dog had passed away, and I wanted to get back into the club scene and see if I could find somebody that had a puppy for sale. And I met some people here that had some really good top dogs, and they put me in touch with a breeder who I got a puppy from, and the very next year I was competing, and that dog's name is Kimber. She has since passed away, unfortunately, but she did go on to become the very first ADBA Triple Crown dog in the United States.
So Top Dog consists of 3 events. The slat mill, dogs run off for 2 minutes, and whoever gets the furthest distance. And then we have wall climb. The last thing is either lure or a drag sled. Here we're doing the lure course though. So we judge dogs on each 3 events, and then they're placed accordingly into the top 9.
Running one of these clubs is a lot of work, and you need a lot of help. And if you don't have a lot of help, you're in for a second full-time job. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that most people aren't aware of with regard to organization, getting sponsorships, donations, equipment, judges. There's just a ton of that. So the best clubs are going to be the clubs that have a lot of manpower and people that are willing to step up and help. Without the help, these clubs are not going to continue.
I got involved about 3 years ago. I've got a couple of Rottweilers and a Boerboels South African Mastiff, and my first Rottweiler, we were looking for different sports to do, and I had a friend of mine that called me up one day and said, hey, we should try this club out in Vancouver, Canada. They run a couple of different sports, top dog and weight pull, so we went down for the day. My Rottweiler had a lot of fun. His name's Tano, and we never looked back. We've been competing now for, I guess this is our 4th year.
I started out as a weight pull competitor. I've been pulling dogs for like 30 years now. And then I became a judge in 2001. And I have judged every registry and organization out there, but my home is with the American Dog Breeders Association. I am an American Pit Bull Terrier kind of guy.
You know, as a breed, the American Pit Bull Terrier is always under scrutiny. So you have just a few people that are really interested and really invested in keeping this breed going and, you know, fighting for the preservation of this breed. So, you know, you tend to gather those few people that have that same interest. And, you know, that's what we have here, is people that are really dedicated to preserving the American Pit Bull Terrier. Well, the American Pit Bull Terrier is definitely not a breed for everybody. The term pit bull has become a blanket term, and most people honestly don't really even know what an American Pit Bull Terrier is. They think of a lot of times the American Bully, or oftentimes a mixed breed of dog. Any big, blocky, muscular looking dog as a pit bull. or, you know, mix of a pit bull. And if it has any pit bull in it at all, they often say, oh, it's a pit bull mix. But the true American Pit Bull Terrier is a very, very loving dog in general with humans, but they do have the tendency to be animal or dog aggressive. And so any potential owner needs to really be aware of that, and they need to be able to be responsible and keep that dog under their control at all times. The problem with the dogs is not the dogs themselves. The problem with the dogs is irresponsible ownership and people thinking that they can get this dog and it's going to be a teddy bear or something, and they can take it and play with other dogs and problems aren't going to happen. I mean, they have to be treated with their history in mind. For the Top Dog wall climb, the trait that you need in a dog is drive. They need to want that tug. The dog has got to want to get that tug off the wall, and they of course need to be athletic. To be successful, you need to practice, you need to develop your tug drive in your dog, and you need to get in touch with people that are successful in the sport that can give you tips. The way I train my dogs for a slat mill is I put them on for short spurts at a time. I do sprint them. I mean, if you're training for a sprint, you don't want to put your dog on a treadmill for 30 minutes every day and then take it out and think that it's going to be fast. You have to train for what you're doing. Some people are using treadmills more for endurance and conditioning in that way, and that's great, but that's not going to be the best thing, in my opinion, for training for a 2-minute sprint.
These mills do not run or work unless the dog is moving the mill on its own.
Most dogs are generally going to naturally want to chase something because dogs chase things. Not all dogs, but for the American Pit Bull Terrier specifically, most of them have a very high prey drive. And so they're going to chase a plastic bag just like they're going to chase a rabbit or a squirrel. Really, just you need a really high drive dog that's fast.
You got to have patience because everybody wants to win, win, win. And if you don't have patience, your dog ain't gonna do nothing. You learn new things over time with different breeds and different tracks and different events, different atmospheres and traveling. So the best thing is do is take your time, learn your dog, and then go from there.
I mean, I'll always own these dogs, whether or not I'll always compete with them. Who's to say, you know, as you get older, they get harder to handle. But yeah, I've had them since I was born, and I'll continue to own them until I can no longer physically handle them, and I'll compete with them for as long as I can.
If you're looking to get involved with our sport, best thing to do is to show up to a local club, show, sanctioned event in the area that you are.
So just find a mentor. You can look online. Facebook's a really good place to start. See who's in your area. That's how I started off. I found a local club. They had the equipment. I just came out for fun to see how we'd like it, and we've been addicted ever since.
So our club is open to membership every single year, January 1st. They can find us on Facebook at Beaver State APBT Club. If you're wondering what the American Pit Bull Terrier really is, come down and visit one of our events and just watch, just see what's going on, see what the dogs are doing. You will see that these dogs are very, very loved by their owners. Sometimes people think that these types of events are abusive to animals, and it's really pretty sad because these dogs need an outlet for their energy, and they love doing these things. And if they didn't, we wouldn't be competing with them. I mean, we do it for the love of the dogs, and most of these dogs live in homes with children and other animals and, you know, their family members.
At the end of the day, you want your dogs to have fun. I would say take things slow, network with people. There's a lot of experienced people that are competing in this field. See what works, what doesn't work. Every dog's different. Along this journey so far, I've met a lot of amazing dogs and owners.
To see these dogs have fun at what they're bred to do. These are working dogs. And it's a lot of work, but the dogs love it, and a worked dog is a happy dog.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more Bully Max Sports.